Counseling Services. They're located on Main Street, right in the middle of Jewett City, and they are accepting new patients right now. Individual, couples, family, and group counseling are all services available at Life's Journey Counseling Services in Jewett City. Find them online at lifesjourneyct.com and click on Book Appointment for information on how to start or to simply get questions answered. Life's Journey Counseling Services has multiple therapists on staff, so your questions, concerns, and counseling needs will all be met. lifesjourneyct.com. It's the best place to start your personal journey to heal, become a better version of yourself, and strengthen your relationships. Life's Journey Counseling Services, 70 Main Street here in Jewett City, lifesjourneyct.com.
At last, a checking account that's worth the switch. While some banks offer checking account rewards and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees, at Eastern, we say, why choose? Why settle for a boring checking account when you can Kasasa? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how easy it is to get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, member FDIC. Do you Kasasa?
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And then they are stupid, it's funny.
Good morning, cool cats and kittens. Kittens? What?
Cool
Never
cats.
Cool cats and kittens. You don't remember?
It's your show.
The show. You can say
No.
You can say anything. You can say anything you want.
It's ours, not mine. Don't blame it on just me.
Why didn't you say big dogs and puppies?
Right.
Well,
Why are you discriminating?
Yes.
That's not a good way to start off the Friday show.
What the heck?
I'm sorry to all dogs in the world for not mentioning you. Oh my God! You've never saw was it Tiger King?
Yes.
Some of it, not all.
Do you know
of it.
I saw somewhere that he's running for president from jail?
Jail.
Joe Exotic for president in 2024.
Joe Exotic, man. What a piece. Victoria goes, Carol effing Baskin.
Yes.
Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. I'm Carol Baskin.
Oh my God. That show was ridiculous. That defined COVID, honestly. Like COVID started and there was Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin.
Do you think Carol, did you watch it?
Oh yeah.
Did you see?
Yeah,
All right,
I
see.
did. How could you not?
I
Everyone was
know.
stuck at
It was
home
like
and
a freaking train wreck.
yeah,
you know?
it was great.
Did you watch it?
A little bit.
Oh,
Not
it was
much.
the most
Not much.
ridiculous thing. It was I learned a lot about cool cats and kittens. And then during that time too was it Geico commercial where we learned about Daryl being the name of the
Sasquatch.
Yes. Yeah, when he was like, "Oh, my name's Daryl."
But my name's
But my name's Daryl. I remember that too as part of COVID.
The friendly computer guy.
School Street, Jewett City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right over by the
dog groomer.
The dog groomer, yeah.
Did we ever see how big his feet are? Did we ever check?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen him and Sasquatch in the same room together?
I don't know, but I hear he has an OnlyFans account
Oh,
called
jeez.
Hairy Toes.
Ugh.
So
Ugh.
yeah. Don't hate. Don't
Toes-
discriminate.
Toes are
Well,
icky.
Hey,
Yeah.
Harry, dog groomer.
Ah. Maybe he's got something to do with that.
Yeah.
Do you think Carol Baskin did in her
Yes.
husband? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I
She
thought
got
that-
she got away with it.
I thought they
Mhm.
were investigating her again.
I heard that recently that they were opening something up
They
to
were looking-
look.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I
Yeah.
think Tiger Joe there, all his property's been sold. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
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 Gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's
Yeah.
gone.
Mr. Baskin, it was tiger food.
Yeah, I
Could
think
be.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, would be nuts left.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Oh yeah. She was definitely. If she didn't do it herself, she was definitely in on it or had something to do with it for sure.
Did you see her new husband?
Weird.
What a wackadoo
Yeah.
that guy looked like.
Did
huh?
they show? They showed you pictures of when they got married. and they got married like on the beach. He's dressed as like a cat, and she's got him on a leash on the beach. I mean, to
That's
each
probably-
your own, but to be just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, weird.
No, that's like a fetish.
I got a really good
Yeah.
comparison for town here, but I'm probably not going to get into that on air.
Oh
No,
I know other people
Yeah.
that probably do this.
Oh, okay.
family show.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm curious. Now you have to let me know off
I
show
will,
because
I
I don't know
will.
what you're talking about.
Oh, you and you'll go. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Hmm.
And you will
Interesting.
too.
Oh, okay.
You cool cats and kittens. Victoria says that was actually a very long investigation to get him shut down. Jeff
Hmm.
Lowe was also shut down.
Yeah.
These animals suffered. Carol tried to claim she heard from hubby last year, but it was all made up. The investigation was reopened against her.
Yeah. He's probably haunting her in her dreams or something.
Maybe he's I'm back.
Yeah.
Because apparently he had lots of money.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
He got buried in
Mhm.
his plane.
Yeah. There was something.
Well, apparently because what is it? He had some sort of
Something in Mexico,
Costa
or
Rica.
something. Yeah,
he had some sort of
business dealings, or
Yeah.
something,
and a girlfriend.
Well, do you
Oh.
blame him? I mean, my
It
God.
was like oh, you cool cats and iguanas. All right. So speaking of different countries and borders,
yeah.
how about Title 42?
But it's over. Done.
I know.
Finished.
But what happens now?
They cross in bigger numbers.
I think they were crossing at 10,000 a day.
With the number actually, the number's already surpassed that with 11,000 apprehended Tuesday and Wednesday. Where are they putting these people?
Well, I think they're trying to return some of them, but I don't know.
Yeah, they are trying to put some back, but a lot of them are coming in and going to all the different cities.
Yeah.
Don't be too
Huh.
surprised if you find some here in
Mm-hmm.
Griswold.
So everything that Trump had put into play,
Back
as
in
far as the
2020.
as far as the pandemic was concerned.
Yeah,
That's
That's when it was
over.
implemented. It was
Yeah.
over last night at midnight.
So it reads right here, Title 42, the pandemic era policy that immediately expels migrants without providing asylum hearings has expired.
Mhm.
So Title 8, which is the immigration law in place before the pandemic, replaces back
goes back.
Title
Yeah, it
42,
goes back into
right?
effect.
Yeah.
Under it, migrants are allowed to once again to apply for legal pathways to enter the U.S.
Mhm. Yep.
But they are coming in. They're all coming in from Venezuela. They're coming in from China. Some of the others, Philippines,
Oh, they're coming from everywhere.
everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah. Many new arrivals are said to be fearful and uncertain about what will happen if they turn themselves into immigration officials.
Yeah.
Well, what are they thinking? They're going to kill them?
No.
Well, who knows what they know? I mean, who knows what stories are being passed around in their communities, and who knows what they're being told.
Yeah, and what kind of people are coming along? I mean, there's
Mhm.
probably some real decent people that are coming across, but there's also some bad people coming across as well that want
Mhm.
to do harm to us.
Let's see. Removal flights have once again returned to return migrants to their home countries.
But I saw some last night. They were interviewing a lot of them were coming in. They were from Venezuela. A lot of them were going to Miami, they were
Yeah.
going to Chicago. They were going to all these different cities. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's bad enough here. We don't even have enough places for people to live.
Mhm.
So where are these people going to live?
Yeah, and I think New York is pretty much busting at the seams already.
Which is it's already a problem in New
Right.
York. Look at the crime in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at the last few shootings
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
down in Texas and places like that, where
Mhm.
people.
But it's not even just shooting. I know you're talking about like mass shootings, right?
Yeah.
But like, look at shootings in general.
Oh, just your everyday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're in places that are happening regularly. That
Mm-hmm.
Norwich,
Yeah.
You know, it happens every day there. We don't hear about it,
I hear about
but it happens every day in Norwich,
Mhm.
and that's scary.
That's pretty close to home.
You know what I realized last night? I got a text about the shooting in Norwich the other day where the 18, 19-year-old died.
18-year-old, yeah.
I coached him for basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I got to look at the picture from our banquet. And there he is. I'm like, oh my gosh. He looked familiar and I couldn't quite place it. I'm like, yeah, it was the other coach that coached with me. And she's like, he was on our team. We coached him. I'm like, oh, and he was a great kid,
Yeah.
you know, great family, everything, and very sweet, very talented. And it was just like, oh God.
Somebody did something. Something happened.
Yep.
Is it gang?
No,
Gang
I
related?
think he was known to him.
Right, but there's gang. There's like a Haitian gang there called the 1804.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounded like it was just something personal from what I'm reading on Facebook and just posts and comments and things like that between family members that I've seen. They were the shooter was definitely, this almost sounded like a friend of the family.
Well,
from what I've seen.
There were 2 people that have been killed in Norwich
Mhm.
in the last week.
I already knew the one about the Hegan Park.
Huh?
The only one I knew about was the one about Hegan
Mohegan
Park.
Park.
Well, we don't know when that person was killed. They could have been killed several weeks ago,
They
a month
didn't-
ago. We have no idea.
Yeah, but it was a shallow grave.
Yeah.
Somebody would have noticed. You know what I mean? Somebody would have noticed that.
Well,
somewhere.
it was probably shallow because they probably were starting to bury the guy and somebody came by.
Or the rain had washed it all away.
The rain washed it away, right?
So who knows how long he'd been there
but
for.
regardless, it was still a gunshot wound.
Yep.
Just like this was.
Yeah. That was an
So-
older man too, though, I think 35 to
40.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe 50.
Yeah. Something like that. I feel like,
Missing his front teeth.
yeah, I feel like I don't know anything about it, but I just get the sense that they're
I mean,
totally
it could have
separate.
been a transient. We don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I haven't
know?
heard anything on that. If they've identified that person or
No, there hasn't been anything that's been
No.
released
Mm-mm.
about that particular story at all. I still don't see anything.
Yeah.
I've been looking. I try to, and I make some follow up phone calls sometimes too to see if if there's any updates. And a lot of times, no, there's not.
Yeah.
They don't.
If it's under investigation, they're not gonna.
They're not going to say anything. No, I'm not going to say anything at all.
And the kid from the other day in that red card that they put all over social media, I mean, it should be pretty easy to spot if he's really still
If he's in the area,
driving it right.
if he's still in the area. All right. So speaking of Norwich, just there's a silver alert
I saw that this morning.
for a young girl, 14-year-old girl in Norwich, by the name of Elizabeth Bumpus, 14-year-old, white female, hazel eyes, 4'10", 150 pounds approximately, missing from Norwich. Nothing else listed, no clothing description or anything. But I'll be posting a picture of her up on SNSN a little bit later, so you can take a look and see if you happen to know this young lady or where her whereabouts are. So,
Sad.
huh?
Sad.
One thing I do notice about silver alerts, is that it's the same kids over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's it's like they're more troubled than anything. Like this one, right? This young lady here she's not listed as missing. Well, missing,
Endangered runaway.
Endangered runaway.
Yeah.
So she's done it before.
Oh
Or
yeah.
they just suspect that.
I see kids on here all the time. The names, it's like the same name every day.
Yeah.
Every day there'll be silver alerts for the same kid.
Mm,
So let me see if I notice a name right now.
it's sad.
It is. And sometimes in Norwich and Montville, there are some kids that are it's like every day, every other day. Ledgered.
Mm.
Too, yeah.
You just hope at some point they, work out
Yeah.
whatever's going on or outgrow whatever, phase they may be in or whatever. But,
Exactly.
Mhm.
You hope it's just a teen thing,
Yeah.
or whatever, a little rebellious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was perfect when I was a kid. So
yes, so I've heard. So I've heard.
Mother Superior.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. So I've heard. All right, hold on. Can't do that. No, I want to go ahead and I want to post that picture. If you go to the SNSN radio page on Facebook, SNSN radio, you will see a picture of this young lady that we just mentioned as putting a silver alert on. So who's out there today besides Victoria? Victoria is the only one there. Everybody else are a bunch of robots. Nobody else here.
Have you gotten any text for any ideas for
No.
topics?
Nah, too much work. Too much work for people to do.
Or maybe we're just that good and no one can come up with
Yeah, I
anything
don't
better than
know.
what we've got.
The number's on the screen. It's been on the screen, and it's like, we want to know what you want to talk about. We can bring guests in. We can
Because we're not good enough.
no.
We don't know.
Me either.
We don't know.
Me either. Oh, stop. What is this? Mutual admiration society between the two of you. We get a new Friday co-host and Kathy, and it's like all of a sudden now you suck up to it, Paul.
It's called working together. Synergy.
Synergy. SINERGY.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, Vicky Scanlon, good morning. Laura, good morning. Hey, Laura, your new profile picture I saw on Facebook is very lovely with your family. Adam looks great, and the kids are great. So, nice picture, by the way. Let's see. This weekend's going to be beautiful, she said. We thought this morning
Supposed to
when we
be
came in,
it's supposed to be 80.
it looked like it was going to be a big
Nice.
storm cloud was coming in.
Well, talking about the weather, they talked about a shower this morning.
Yeah.
They did talk about a shower.
Maybe they're just telling you to go home and take a shower.
Oh, jeez.
No, the other way around. Yeah, there was supposed to be a shower this morning. They said it looked like it when we walked in. It was pretty dark, but I don't know. The sun popped out, but
Yeah.
it looks like it went back in again.
According to the Weather Channel app, a high of 86 today.
Nice.
Pretty warm.
Oh,
I've been waiting for the heat.
I'm going to be sitting in front of that thing.
Not me. I want to be outside and just sweating.
Laura
Wow.
says, you know what? And Paul, like we saw this morning, the rain clouds. Laura says it's raining in Danielson.
Oh,
It bothers me when I'm outside. The sweat just pours down and goes in my
Mhm.
eyes.
Yeah,
and then
I
it
know.
burns. It's like, boy.
it just lubricates my contacts. It's all good.
Yikes.
Some people go outside. Some people sit on their ass inside in front of an air
Yeah.
conditioner.
Well, Rich will be inside. He'll be too hot to be outside.
Yeah.
He's probably sweating now, sitting there
Yeah, I'm telling you.
in his training again.
It's a difficult thing.
Oh, not
It
me.
is
I'll be
a
outside.
difficult thing. Huh?
I'll be outside. Even the dog goes outside and she sucks it up, soaks it right up. And she's black, so she gets real hot to the touch.
Oh, yeah,
but
loves
she
it.
loves it. She'll lay right out there. She loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, keep talking. It's okay.
Well, we don't
No,
know.
it's your show.
We don't even know what you're doing. I mean,
Huh?
You're over there fiddle.
yeah, he's laying
I'm
with
trying
his,
to find
fiddling around.
information to talk about. Hopefully, you
laying
guys
his
will.
phone.
I thought we were going to talk about summer jobs. Didn't you say summer
Well, that
jobs?
was one of the things. Yeah.
I don't think we talked about that yet. My summer job is my year-round job. Paul doesn't have one.
No, sit outside in the chair. That'd be my summer job.
Feel the sweat
Either
dripping into
that,
his
if it
eyes.
gets too hot, turn the air on, sit inside. Yeah. That'd be
Fun.
that'd be
So
my summer
exciting.
job.
You guys are amazing. No, I'm trying to find something about what's going on.
Summer job?
Yeah, summer. Did you guys have summer jobs when you were kids?
Yes, I did.
Mhm.
You did. What did you do?
Pick potatoes for 50 cents an hour.
Oh my God. Around here?
Malherbers.
Really? Potatoes, huh?
Malherbe used to have potato fields.
Wow.
And oh God, I don't know how long they were, but we'd go along with a basket,
Yeah.
pick the potatoes up,
Oh,
and then
my-
pick the basket up and throw it in back of the trailer.
Oh, that sounds awful.
50 cents an hour.
Yeah.
And then I worked for another farmer in Preston. Thin out the parsnips, thin out the carrots.
Oh my god.
Do you work at Spaffas like every other kid in the world?
Yeah.
What's
50 cents,
fast?
50
What's,
cents an hour.
Oh, geez. That was potatoes.
And then the
Yeah.
other one was like, I think 50 cents too. That's 50 cents. Nobody would even look at it for 50
Spaffas
cents.
was a medical poultry facility in Preston. You go in there and you get pecked by the chickens and stuff like that. It was brutal.
Didn't know anything. I've never
You'd have to
heard
go
of
in,
that.
you'd have to shower. It was then you put on this hazmat suit. It was all
Sounds
yeah. I never worked there, but
Great.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
No,
Called
no,
Spaffas.
no, I never did.
never heard of that one.
Well,
I picked beans when I was a kid. You know how many? And I got paid 10 cents a pound for green beans. You know how many freaking green beans you got
Our
to pick
pound, yeah.
to yank a pound out of that?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Holy
bet there was
Jesus.
a few uprooted plants too, huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
I bet there were a few uprooted plants.
What do you, I don't know what
and
you
you would you were picking them. You don't know what an uprooted plant means?
oh.
That means when you were picking them, you probably pulled them out.
Oh,
Pull the whole
that may have
thing. Huh?
happened. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that may have happened.
Mine
Right.
was your typical waitress job.
Oh, really?
I mean, I worked at Stop and Shop as a teenager, but then my second job during the summer was the Wattawanek Country Club in Stonington Borough.
The what?
Wattawanek Country Club in Stonington Borough. We called it the Wad Club.
I don't know if that's cool.
No, it is. It's down, like, you know, when you come over the bridge into Stonington Borough, where
Yeah.
Dog Watch Cafe is, when you hang that like sharp right, Dog
Yeah.
Watch is like on your left. If you
Oh,
go
really?
all the way to the end,
Wattawanek.
there's a
There's a-
Wattawanek Country Club. It's like a sailing
Oh.
country club
There's a
thing.
famous restaurant down that way too. What the hell's the name of it?
It's pretty
Well, there's
famous, huh? Paul?
Noah's. There's what's the
How
Spanish
people
one?
go eat there.
Dog Watch is one of them.
That's what they do at
They
restaurants.
go to that one a lot.
Further down in it's in the borough.
Huh. I don't know.
I think it's on the left hand. If you're driving down, it's on the left hand side.
Noah's is down there on the
Noah's.
left hand side.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Noah's.
That place is good.
That's Noah's.
hmm
I never heard of it.
Milagros, I think, is the other one I was thinking of, but that's on the
Milagros
right.
I've heard, but
Yeah.
I've never heard of Noah's.
Oh, Noah's, yeah, it's been there forever. We used to
Yeah.
leave when I worked at Pfizer. We'd leave and go down to the borough. We'd go to Noah's to eat, and then there was a little jewelry store down a little ways on
Yeah.
the left, and we'd go in there, and that was our lunch.
Yeah, and then there's there's a
The mill.
there's
Oh,
one of those used shops right there on the corner, a big one. You walk in and you can buy all this used stuff, like going to a tag sale.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
It's
remember
right as you
that.
come across the bridge on the left, going down will be on your right. It's a
Huh.
big building. You walk in there and they got all kinds of used stuff in there.
Huh.
You can buy.
Victoria said she used to work at Noah's.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Wow.
And somebody here in the chat room saying good morning, someone who's been future endeavored and is now part of the SNSN alumni page, Rich
Oh.
Roslick.
Oh,
We don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
he's alumni.
Yeah.
Yes, that means he's got all of his cameras and his everything up, and then he's got us on his phone.
We wish you well on your future endeavors, sir. Maybe someday you'll find your way back.
On your way back.
Oh,
So you were the waitress.
Hated
Yeah.
it. Worst job in the
Hated
world.
it.
well, I don't think she'd be picking potatoes.
No, I did that, and I was a busser at the Preston Dairy when it was there on the corner of Route 2A and 2.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
I was a busser. My dad was a regular there, so I was a busser for a little while. So
Oh.
during the summer, I was working like 3 jobs as a
Oh.
teenager.
So what about you guys in Chatland? Do you have any summer jobs that you worked at that you remember? 'Cause it's way back.
Mm. I worked the YMCA too. That was another one. That was fun in Norwich.
I worked at Strawberry Park
hmm
for like 3 years.
My-
And
My daughter just got a job there.
all new
Owners
management there.
management. Yeah.
Well, if you got experience at YMCA, when they put the one down there by the golf course, that's going to be a YMCA down there.
If it
Yeah.
all goes through, they're looking to put one in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're looking for money still, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, they're resubmitting for another grant. The last one didn't go through.
So what
So they'll be resubmitting for another grant.
On their own.
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
the
remember.
town one
didn't get through.
didn't
yeah.
get through. So the company themselves going along with, because now YMCA's down
Right.
there. They're a nonprofit, so they're hoping that the YMCA along with them.
I thought that was included in the first grant, though.
No, the town did it.
No, I know the town did it, but I thought it was in collaboration with the Heritage River people that included the Y.
I
thought it was all
I
included
don't
in
believe so
one.
because the town did it and they did it for infrastructure at down there. Put their stuff in, and the $6 million was for the water tower. So it was 18 million, and that got declined.
I guess
Yeah.
Rich's summer job was SNSM. Okay. Hey, Melissa is in there. And she says, I worked at Brewster Orchard.
Brewster Orchard.
Yeah.
Like where the golf course is.
That used to be an orchard down
In
there.
Norwich? Or
No.
here?
Yeah,
Oh.
Right in
where
town.
the golf course is on both sides of the street. That was the orchard.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's why you see going down. You'll see a few trees left.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the old Brewster's orchard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stop and get apples, apple cider.
Yeah.
Go pick your own.
Nice.
We used to go there between there and what's one up in Westview, up in Plainfield.
Westview. Oh, I missed that one. I love their apple pies.
Yeah.
Westview is up off of 89. No. There's two
Um,
exits up on Plainfield. Take a right.
Victoria, putting the hoe back in Hojo's.
What?
Oh.
Wow, that went downhill quick.
Anybody
She
ever
worked at
work?
Hojo's.
Did anybody ever work at Hooters or what?
What the hell's a
She doesn't. It's not like she comes here anymore. So it's
What's
like,
a-
like she got to smack me or nothing. So
I don't know what a hojo is.
Howard Johnson's
Oh, okay, gotcha.
putting the hoe back in Hojo.
Oh my God.
Is there still one left?
Howard Johnson? I don't
There
know.
was one in Mystic. I don't know if that was
I don't think that
gone.
one's still there.
That's probably gone. So that's probably the last of the Howie. That's where families went to eat.
Really?
How many of you guys remember Wimpy's?
No.
The hamburger
Gotta be
place.
like that,
Hamburger.
yeah.
Well, there was ice cream too, but it was it's where Hannah's was on Route 138.
Yeah.
Hannah's is long gone.
Popeye would go there every now and then.
So
Wimpy's was because it had to be named after, because with Popeye there was Wimpy,
yep.
and Wimpy liked hamburgers.
Okay.
So that's why they probably named it Wimpy's, because
Ryan Aubin, Director of Family Youth and Services, Griswold Youth and Family Services in Griswold. We're looking to hire creative programming supervisor for camp. There's the link. Hey, Ryan, I know somebody who applied for that job. College graduate,
Oh, cool.
2 bachelor degrees.
Ooh.
What a great idea. The size of a child.
He's
trying to get rid of the kid, I guess.
he's reviewing them now.
She's doing his own thing again.
Melissa says, so do I.
2 bachelor's degrees. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 2 bachelor degrees she
Nice.
graduated with.
What are they in?
Human development, I think, is one. I don't know exactly what they are.
Mm.
Melissa, do you know what they are?
You don't know.
Cindy Briggs says she worked at Nygren and Nygren Insurance Adjusters and Big Y. Currently, she works as a massage therapist on School Street here in Jewett City.
She identifies as a beautiful Asian woman.
Sociology is one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one.
Yeah.
There's like 7 more. Ryan,
Wow.
did you look at your applicants already?
He's looking for more applicants. You want a nice, healthy pool of applicants to select from.
Yes. Is that you?
No, it's my brother responding back about the stupid TikTok he sent me first thing this morning.
You guys really do that. don't
Oh
you?
my gosh, I woke up to it and I was like, I wanted to throw up. I don't know where he finds these. His side of TikTok is just bizarre.
Ryan says, I don't get to see them. You are the boss. You're the kingpin. You're like the czar over there. What do you mean you don't get to see
He may
them?
not be the hiring manager. He may have delegated that
Is that-
task to someone else.
Is that
Oh, until the deadline. Oh, I get you. Okay. Cindy said she doesn't work there, but she does identify as needing a massage.
Yes, me too.
And Melissa says the other one Sam got was family development and human studies, something like that.
What do you do with those degrees?
HR.
Sociology and human development.
Go on and get your master's. I'm a counselor, work in schools.
That's cool.
I honestly, I don't know why, but I see her working, and I don't have any reason to believe she's going to do this at all, but I see her working in an elementary school.
Yeah.
She's the size of an elementary school kid. She's 4'11".
Yeah.
Erica, hey, good morning. She goes, I had summers off, worked winters as an elf at Wright's Mill Tree Farm as a kid.
Oh my God, that's great.
That's awesome. And Melissa just said she wants to work with kids and families. So there you go. I also wonder if I kind of wonder if she's actually going to get the teaching bug. That's just me. I mean, what do I know? But obviously nothing. But we'll find out. I worked at Strawberry Park. I think most kids, a lot of kids around here. Work at
Yeah,
Strawberry
probably.
Park.
That's like I said, my daughter
You
just
know.
got in there. She's looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun for her.
What is she going to be doing?
I think like housekeeping stuff, but it sounds like it's going to be
So cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah, well, the bathrooms, the rooms, the like
The rentals?
turnover rentals and
Yeah.
stuff. But then they also said she may work the counter in the little general store there. Like it sounds like they're gonna kind of just utilize her
Well,
for
they do
whatever
that
they
with
need
everybody.
to. Yeah.
I just, matter of fact, I because my mom and dad are owners there at the park.
Yep.
So I just got their annual report because it all comes to me.
Mhm.
So I know how much they're paying on salaries
Oh,
as a whole, not
Yeah.
each individual, but I saw how much
Yep.
they're. Yeah, matter of fact, I can tell you. But anyway, it's a cool place to work. One thing that did annoy me about Strawberry Park yesterday is that it is the middle of May, and you look at the big field where they usually play softball, kickball, and there are a lot of sporting activities.
yeah.
Hasn't been mowed.
Yeah, when we were there, so I brought her there on Tuesday or Wednesday, and it looked like they're not quite ready to be open yet. It
No.
was there. Yeah, they still had some work to do, but they had a lot of people out, like around, like
They only
maintenance
have like 2 or 3
guys.
maintenance people right now.
No, there was a whole big group of them.
They must have subcontractors because I
Oh,
was talking to my
maybe.
dad yesterday.
They all
maybe-
said maintenance on the back of their shirt, so I don't know who they were, but there was I'd say at least 5 or 6 of them just in this one spot.
Unless
when we
they
drove
just
by.
hired them
Maybe.
because they live there. I mean, they're there
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
And there's like half the place is not mowed. It's
Mm.
they're not even.
I wonder if that's who I passed as I was driving in. There was an older couple sitting in a golf cart right at the entrance as we drove in, and they were the only people we saw there, like other than the workers.
I mean, my
But
dad.
maybe, yeah.
My dad is incredibly thin. Kind of looks
I
like
remember I met him once.
yeah, he's a skeleton with clothes.
Hmm.
I mean, legit.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I
he's-
remember. I remember the woman more than the man the other
Sharon?
night. Yeah, I
she
don't
looked
know.
like
Dark, short hair. I don't know. She was sitting in a golf cart, so it's hard to. I don't know, but.
she has. Yeah, her hair is short. So.
But I think it'll be fun. It'll be a nice summer job. This is her first job ever, so it'll be
Yeah.
a nice.
Well, that'll be a good
good-
experience.
yeah.
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 And she'll meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah, yep. And she
know?
needs to make her own money because she lightens my wallet a little too much these days. She's a very high maintenance teenage girl.
Now that is also something that I didn't put in the title today
Mhm.
of what I wanted to kind of touch upon. School is almost out. College is out,
School's out almost for the summer.
but I'm talking
Yeah.
about high school,
Yep.
which means a lot of graduates
Yep.
are going to be coming through, and not all graduates are going to go to college.
Mm-mm.
Right? They're going to just jump right into the workforce. So, is it going to be difficult for people to get a job, these kids? Because college kids come in and they grab them.
Yep.
They'll grab them. And number 2, this is something I think is really it goes back and forth depending on who you talk to. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know if this even pertained to you back in the day, Paul, but do you charge your kids rent?
No, not right now.
No. Not while they're in school. They graduate high school, they get a job. Do you charge rent? So now you have who lives with you full time? You're two, right?
No, all of them are 50-50.
Okay, all right.
So, honestly, we haven't even kind of thought about that yet or had that discussion yet, but we do. Our oldest one, Nick, will be 18 on June 1st and graduating.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's very possible. I think he should, for sure. I mean, I'm not looking to break the kid, but just to start learning that, hey, if you're living somewhere, you're an adult. This is part of adulting. Maybe $25 a week, or I mean, something just to kind of $50 a week. He's only there part time.
Yeah, that's
so it's just something to kind of get him. But they've had their own bank accounts for several years now. They have their own debits that come out of them for their own, their Apple Music and their, whatever. So they're used to like budgeting their money and paying the little bit of bills that they have as kids. So we've been doing that with them for several years now already. So, and the boys already have jobs. They have their direct deposit. So they manage their money. They've been doing that already. So, but as far as rent goes, yeah, I don't think that's, I think
I'm not
it's
saying you need
appropriate.
it. I'm not saying anybody needs the money,
No.
to make it,
Mm-mm.
but do you do it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not,
Okay.
I mean,
and if so, what is the correct amount?
in my situation, I'd say maybe $25 a week, or I don't know, nothing crazy. Cause like I said, he's only there part-time anyway,
Mhm.
and honestly, I'd probably throw it in some kind of account. And then, maybe when he gets married or something, be like, here you go. Something like that.
Right. Great idea.
Yeah. It's not for the money.
idea.
It's for the life,
Yeah.
experience, I guess.
Victoria says, we aren't charging our 19-year-old. Jesus, can I come and live with you? And he just bought a bougie car. Well, that's on you. That's on you.
He's young. Let him buy the bougie cars when he can.
Right. But let me ask you a question. Then they go out and get an apartment. Do they know what the hell they're doing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's only one way to find out, I guess.
Cindy says, I do. It isn't a ton, but at least it helps them budget and mitigates the culture shock of paying rent when they find a place of their own.
Right. Yeah.
And I talked to it. And the reason why I think I even bring this up now is I talked to a teen he graduated last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in getting my haircut, and I'm not going to name him or anything like that, but he was sitting there, and we were talking, and we were talking about sports, and he said to me, that he loves his new job where he's working and stuff like that, and I said, oh, good, and he goes, I'm so glad I got it because now I got bills. I went, yeah. I said, and guess what? You'll have bills and forever.
Yeah.
So get used to it. And he said, yeah, I know. And I asked him, I said, and only because I know his parents.
Mm-hmm.
So do you?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know if you do, Paul, but anyway, I said to him, I said, look, I said, you don't have to answer me. I said, but I'm just really curious. I said, are your parents taking rent from you?
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me and he goes, 2 days after high school, they started.
Yep. There you go.
And I said, really?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yep. And what was said to him, and he said that that they don't need the money to pay the mortgage. It's
Right.
not about that. But what it is about is teaching. It's going to help you more.
Mm-hmm.
Again, kind of like what Cindy just said, mitigating that culture shock.
Yep.
When you get out on your own. So I said to him, I said, well, let me ask you another question. I said, again, you don't have to tell me. I said, how much are they charging you? $100 a week. And I went,
That's
okay.
fair. Yeah, fair. I
Yeah.
mean, that covers your electrical, your water, the roof over your head, the food, I mean, that's absolutely.
Yep. So I went, oh, okay. And so I said, what was your reaction? He goes, well, first I was pissed. He said, because I was talking about, I'm going to go out and get my own apartment.
Yeah.
Right. Every kid, I swear, I bet every single kid that says, I'm going to go get an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start hitting them with the reality. It's like, I'm going to stay right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays the cost of everything, I mean, an apartment, you got to have $1,500 for just like a regular, little old apartment, 1, maybe 2 bedroom, apartment. I mean, they're expensive. You need a roommate at least.
If you can find one.
Mhm.
If you can find one. And usually now it seems like you need first month, last month,
Yeah,
and security.
Yeah, you need a big old chunk of money to put down.
$5,000
Yeah.
just to get into an apartment.
Yep.
Yep.
So anyway, with that being said, I talked to him a little bit more, and he said to me, he goes, I started looking at apartments because he said he was so pissed.
Yeah.
And he goes, I was looking at apartments, and he said, I couldn't find anything under $1,200.
Oh, right.
And he goes, all of a sudden, he goes,
400 wasn't so bad.
he goes, now I'm very thankful.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he went on to say something like I guess he lost a job or he quit a job because of something, and I think it was just because he was being a kid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But now where he works and stuff like that, he goes, I can't afford to take a day off.
Yeah.
He goes, I need that money.
You learn real quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he doesn't even have a car payment.
Yeah.
He says, I paid my car cash.
Yep.
He said, and I, whatever. So
Mhm.
he goes, but now I am thankful. That's exactly what
Yeah.
he said. And I'm like, huh.
Uh-huh.
But that was only after
Yeah, he had
went
to go through it.
He had to go through those emotions and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Who knows what the parents are doing with the money? Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going down to get massages at the massage parlor. Who knows? But
Did you charge your kids rent? No.
Kids were going early.
Yeah.
Probably
12.
no. By 21, they were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids today live a lot longer in your homes.
Yeah.
Plus back then they didn't make that much money. If you charge them $100,
Oh, that would have been. That was a lot of
That'd be
money
crazy.
at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
City says some have income requirements of 2 to 3 times the rent.
Yeah.
And Cindy does this for a living. She
Mhm.
works in that business, so
Yeah.
in that field. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Erica comments, in today's world, no kid is going to be able to find and or afford an apartment.
No, not on their own, not without roommates or something like that. And then, obviously roommates, that brings a whole other
That's not even a
ball
great
of
deal.
wax. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
Never works out.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are times where it does, but I'd say the chances of it, you getting a couple kids in an apartment together
Doesn't work out well. Laura says our youngest still lives at home. We charge her rent based on if she's in school full-time or working full-time.
Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah.
So just like even in our house, we had Melissa and I, made an agreement that if they're going to school full-time, in college, that they don't have to pay rent.
Mm-hmm.
So Samantha, for the 4 years that she went to the University of Connecticut, we didn't say anything. We still haven't said anything to her. I think we're gonna wait till the summer.
I would say give her a little grace period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did the same thing with Cameron too.
Yep, yep.
You know what I mean? So, and I know she knows it's coming,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't. And I said this to Melissa too. Melissa, if you're still listening, I said by September, October, she's out anyway.
Yeah.
I think she'll be out on her own.
Hmm.
I really do. She's that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's that kid that could do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like if you hit her with like, okay, well, we're gonna start with rent, and she'll go, she would say, well, I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
So that's just who she is or whatever. So that's what would happen there. But so let me ask you a question. Why did you choose not to? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know why you chose not to. And if you look back on it now, would you have done it differently?
Oh, good question, because back then things were different.
Right. Well,
Much
no, and
different.
base it on that. Base it on that time period, though. Don't base it on today.
No, based on that time frame. I mean, the kids left early.
Yeah.
The kids never stayed at their houses until they were 25,
Mm.
No.
24.
And we're talking
gone.
like how many years ago at this point? 40,
Well,
right?
how old's
We're
Michael?
talking 57.
57. Yeah.
Yeah,
Him and I are the same age.
so-
Yeah.
So it would have been
30.
80. No, let's see. Graduated from high school.
84, 83, 84.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, he was different. He was
Yeah.
rock guy band.
Sure.
Yep. Yep.
He
Well,
was-
still.
yeah. My daughter left. I think she left when she was 20. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I got divorced and she didn't want to stay around the house.
Right,
She
right.
left.
Got it. Yeah, I think that I think that's it was different, 40
It's
years
different.
ago,
Yeah.
with income and way bill structures were and mortgages weren't extremely not so crazy, like they are now.
The times were a little different back then.
Absolutely. So I guess what about today? Now, based on today,
Oh, today.
would you do it today? Let's say your kids are 19 and 20,
I know
hypothetically.
I know
you
my,
do it
my
today?
daughter. My daughter charges her son. He pays for food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just let him go for free.
Mm-hmm.
He pays her because being a grown-up kid, they eat a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I know.
What?
Yeah. So she
Tell me about
does. She
it.
does charge him.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael charges her, but she buys her own stuff.
Yeah.
She eats her own. She buys her own food, so she doesn't really charge her anything. Doesn't make that much money.
Madison, you're talking
Yeah, it
about.
doesn't make that much money. Yeah.
Yep.
Depending, And I mean, he teaches her, got her own debit card, paid her own car,
Sure.
pays for her own insurance. Doesn't pay for it. She pays it.
So I guess the question is when do you cut the umbilical cord?
Mm. Nowadays, I don't know. I mean, again, times are different. They just they can't afford to be out on their own.
Cats
No.
do it
I
in 6
mean,
weeks.
There are many adults that can't, 30s and 40s that can't,
Or
50s.
be out on their own.
60s.
So,
Right.
and you're seeing a trend too with like multi-generational housing where like, you have like an in-law apartment or something.
Yeah.
Now you're finding that, these houses, new construction, they're being built with this multi-generational family in mind where, you have almost like separate living quarters for, the
Right.
kids, the parents, then the grandparents, and kind of everyone's one big happy family, but in their own separate kind of living quarters.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see more and more of that if the economics stay on trend.
Cindy said, to be clear, my oldest graduated a year ago and graduated college over a year ago and started paying rent on her own accord in January. That would be Paige. When she had settled into her big girl full-time job, making good money for her first full-time job.
Yeah.
And then she goes, it took me decades to earn what she was hired for fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can say that, and that's all well and good. So when I was a senior in high school, I was making $4.50 an hour.
Me too.
All
Yeah,
right.
That was the starting pay at Stop and Shop.
So what were the bills like then
Mm-hmm. Right.
compared to now?
Yeah. It's all relative.
It's relative,
Yeah.
right? So court says 1980 mortgage rates were over 10%.
They were high.
Yep.
I know, because when I got divorced, I had to buy my house again, and I paid double for what I bought it for. It was like, and then the housing market went.
Really? Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah,
But let me ask you this: were the mortgage rates also higher because houses were cheaper?
oh, they were.
So are they making the same amount of money? Because the houses are more expensive, but mortgage rates are down around what, 6s now, 5, 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting time.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-wife would say, "That's mine."
Oh
Next day, I go out and buy one. That one's mine.
my God.
Yeah, those were some bad days.
Melissa says, Cameron, which is true. Cameron makes more money per hour than I do. And I've been at my job for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, again, you have to look at, your jobs and
Well, a lot of
the
people,
state of the economy today compared to what it was 30, 40 years ago. It's different.
yeah, but a lot of those jobs, they can't find people, so they're paying them top money because they can't fill jobs, so they give people a lot of extra money.
Yeah.
To work.
So it's an interesting conversation,
Yeah.
So it's like, so the kid makes more per hour than a parent. Yeah, you should be paid.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So, and it's not to be mean. I think kids think it's to be mean, and you're
Yeah, of
trying to
course.
shove it up there,
Yeah.
But
Mhm. yeah, no.
it's
Well, at the age of 19, 20, 21, they know it all.
Of course. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. They know it all.
Mhm.
And whatever you tell them, they ain't going to listen.
No.
But then when they turn a little older, they get to be 20,
Mhm. Experience life a little
25,
bit.
and they
Mhm.
start to realize,
Oh, maybe mom and dad do
Well,
know a little bit of what
well,
they're talking about.
Exactly.
But I will say on Cameron's behalf, kind of like the young man I talked about earlier, he was like, because he said, I'm not about to be paying rent. And I went, then you ain't about to be living here.
Yeah.
And then because he was mad.
Yeah.
I think, and every kid goes through that. I went through that when my mother wanted to charge me $25 a week. But that was 1984.
Yeah.
So what is that today?
Mhm.
And my mother took all that money and gave it back to me on my wedding day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
Which I had no idea.
Yep. That's
You
cool.
know, but then again, a different time.
Different time.
So, but now, and it's only been really, I mean, he's had quite the grace period. He's kind of like, okay, I get it.
Yep.
It's just something I have to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And sometimes what you need to do also is sit down with them
Yep.
and show them your household budget, just to give them an idea of what, as an adult, what you're doing, what you've been
Right.
covering, what the monthly expenses are, just to give them a snapshot of what to expect, and whether you need that help from them or not financially, but just to show this is what it goes toward.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to be a crazy witch about this, but the mortgage, the lights, electrical, electricity nowadays, insurance, you name it, water, sewer, your cell phones, the whatever, car payments,
Oil.
yeah, exactly.
or gas.
Mhm. Yep. And then just maintenance on the house, maintenance stuff,
Maintenance on your car.
right? Yeah. Oil changes, light
Mhm.
bulbs, paint, whatever, stuff that needs to happen, or
Lawnmower maintenance.
yeah, or your microwave, craps
Yeah.
out. You need to go out and buy a new microwave, or things like that. It's they don't know. They've taken it for granted because they are kids, so they need to be taught and shown.
Exactly. And they I think you said it right there.
Yep.
They don't know.
No,
They haven't lived it yet, so
No.
they don't understand it.
right.
And I think people are afraid, mainly kids, of what they don't know.
Mhm.
So if you don't know something, what happens? Usually it's like, whoa, kind of back off, right? Even we do that as an adult. Usually people are afraid of what they're not aware of. Instead of just, how many people just go, I mean, maybe you, because you're nuts, you just kind of like go head on. But I think you would get a little concerned if you're not really, you're a little more skeptical
Yeah.
on things. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's probably more the norm.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, it's like, whoa, slam on the brakes, right? I think you're on that like ski slope going, come on.
Sometimes it depends on what it is, but yeah.
So
I think maybe me, because I probably jumped into stuff and got my ass in trouble. So now,
Learned your
did too.
lesson.
so
I
that's
did
why.
too. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's why.
I did too. When I was when I got married, it was like,
which time?
well, that would be the first.
Okay, just checking.
First was always the 1st.
Mhm.
After that, it changes. But no. But we at 22 we discovered credit.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What do you do when you're 22 and you all of a sudden get a $3,000 credit line at DVTV and Appliance?
You go buy stuff.
You buy shit. Yeah.
And then you get
And
the
I
bills
did.
afterwards and you're going, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And the interest rate.
Exactly.
And then you're on your road to poor credit scores.
Yeah, exactly.
And it happens overnight.
It does.
Mhm.
It really does.
And then you keep getting all the credit card notices in the mail, like from different credit
Do
cards.
you know how many years it
and-
takes to clean that up?
Oh,
It's years. It's not you can screw yourself up in 3 months.
oh yeah.
You know, and take 10 years to clean it up.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I know.
I bought my first house. I was 25.
I was 19.
27,000. I paid for
Different.
it.
Completely
Yeah.
different. You know, I was 11 when my mother and father bought the house that we used to live on. I grew up on Wilson Street, and that was 36.9.
Yeah.
I remember that. I don't know why I remember the price, but I do.
Mhm.
We moved from Mary Brown Apartments over there, and the mortgage was $380 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then my mother discovered credit,
Yeah.
and my actual biological mother, who's
Mhm.
actually been gone 20 years this year. So after about almost 20 years, no, I'd say 15 years, they took out a second mortgage
Yeah.
because they wanted to go ahead and do some improvements on the house, right? They
Mhm.
wanted to put a new bulkhead in. They were fixing up the driveway. They put in a larger pool, because
Mhm.
cuts.
Well, that's what you do. I mean, you own a home. That's what
Right.
you do. You have to do upgrades and maintain and it.
So they got a $50,000 line of credit in equity,
Mm.
right? Because that's when the real estate market started to boom a little bit.
Yeah.
So then they went on a trip and spent 10 grand. 10 grand.
That's quite a trip
10 grand.
back then.
Back then.
In 1986, 87,
Would they do a world tour?
kind of.
Jeez.
They drove all the way down the East Coast, all the way down to the Florida Keys, up again, going west, ended up at Graceland,
Oh my God.
and then back.
That
back
was
home.
10 grand?
They were living their best life.
Wow. Yeah, I guess so. I bet 8 of it was in Graceland.
I was gonna say 5 of it was probably gas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my first house I was 19 and we paid 79,000 and it needed work, it wasn't pretty, but it was with the intention of fixing it up and turning it essentially.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We lived in it for quite a few years. Updated everything, added a second like a 3/4 bath in the basement, finished up the basement a little bit and just did
Right.
it was mostly cosmetic stuff. And we ended up turning around and more than doubling our money when we sold it. We
yeah.
sold
Good,
it in
yeah.
06, right before the housing, right before it crashed.
right.
We sold it and bought upgraded essentially.
Yep.
But and it worked out for us. It was just good timing, luckily. But
Yep.
Well, we got a good deal on our house that we negotiated. But the one thing that we did know is that what comes up will come
of
down.
course, yeah.
So even though there's a lot of hipping and hawing, I've told you the story a million
Yeah.
times. That's going to come down.
Mhm.
It's a lot of that's going to go away. Just because.
Yeah.
Then it's the nature of the product. It's the nature of the economy.
Mhm.
So.
May not go down to where it was before, but it'll come down.
No, and it'll eventually go
it'll
back
come-
up again.
yeah,
It's
of course.
cyclical,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, the economy is pretty much cyclical, always
Mm-hmm.
will be.
The
Yeah.
housing market is up. Everybody's looking to buy a house.
Well, there's no inventory from what I'm hearing.
There's no inventory, right?
Yeah.
And they're still getting well over asking price.
Mhm.
We could probably sell ours if we wanted to for probably, I bet you we could get 275 for it.
I wonder now though with the mortgage that just passed. What was it that just passed recently that Biden signed off on about the credit? Like basically, if you have good credit and a good high down payment, then you're going to be charged more.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that's going to affect.
Well, this if you have good credit, you'll be paying, I think it's 0.5 or a little less than 1% more for your closing cost. And then there's something they add on to your mortgage rate.
Mm-hmm.
Those have bad credit get a better rate.
Right,
on
because
the
you're
front.
subsidizing them.
That's exactly what's happening.
And so
No,
I wonder how that's going to affect the market, if it'll have a positive impact or a negative impact. I don't know. I mean, personally, having good credit and, you know, a healthy chunk, a down payment for a house, I wouldn't want to be going to buy a house right now with that.
What's the percentage of people that have bad credit that actually turn around and have good credit over?
I don't know. I'm sure
I bet you it's
there's
low. I bet you it's low.
I
I
don't
bet you it's a
know.
low percentage. If you have bad credit,
Well,
And you fix it, you mean, and become someone with good credit? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
well,
I think that's a low percentage.
That's what happened to the banks years ago, if you remember, because people who had bad credit, they were let them have mortgages.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then what happened?
Is that the same thing they're doing now? Just different, just wording it differently?
I guess you could say that. I don't know.
You know?
But that's what happened. They were getting all these extra money for mortgages. They were buying houses. They were buying cars. And then what happened?
Hmm.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Victoria says home values are not going to go down. There isn't enough inventory. She's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what the
But there will be
foreclosure
a point
stuff
where
started.
it'll level off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once it levels off,
Yeah.
maybe not right now, but
But
eventually.
you know, if you want to sell and make big bucks, when you want to go back into another house, you're going to pay the
You're
big
paying
bucks.
right. You're,
So what,
so
are
what
you,
you're making is you're paying. Yeah. I
what are
know.
you gaining?
That's what I've
Right,
never. That's
right.
the part I've never understood.
Yeah.
Is when it's high, that's great on one end of it, but then you're paying the price on the literally on the other end. So I've never understood how that
Right.
works, but it does somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're building a bunch of condos up on Pleasant View still. Up those.
Yeah.
I thought
There-
that was done.
Oh, another
there's
phase.
a
Another
ton.
phase.
They're built like 100 more units or something going up there.
Really?
It's
Wow.
big. It's way bigger than I thought it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way bigger. I can hear the trucks in the morning when they're
Wow,
up
I
there.
thought, yeah, okay, maybe fair. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't been up there, so I don't know.
Rich mentioned it to me that there's like, I want to say 100 plus units or something going up in there
Wow.
in addition to what's already up there. I guess it like winds around and goes up into the woods, like in the
Wow.
back.
I can't go too far because they're going to order to Taylor Hill, and there's houses along that backside. So.
Mm,
It
I
was
don't know
a-
how far back it goes.
That whole development used to be a joke when we were growing up.
Up on the hill?
Well, the whole development anyway, because initially there were in that land right there were 4 apartments. It was a building with 4 apartments.
That's right. It was there.
It was
They knocked it
facing
down.
the road.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and then they asked everybody to move out,
Yeah.
and they got them out
Yeah.
because now there was a sign, and this is 1984.
Oh, geez.
All right, it said, "Coming soon, Jewett City condominiums."
That sign had been there since 1984.
There was a lot of people against it.
Whoa.
A lot of people who lived on Taylor Hill with a backside,
Yeah.
their backside is straight up towards that land, were against that.
Yeah, look at that's so here it is right here. They have all of this
Oh, wow.
that they're building.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of land there, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's going towards the highway.
Yeah.
So
So it's not going that way.
I guess not. It's it looks, I
isn't.
guess it's winding it up.
Yeah,
through
because
here.
this is Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and you got all these houses.
Yeah, the
here.
VFW. Yep.
Yeah, so it's down here. I can see. Yeah. Wow.
so when this new development when it was announced, it was a joke.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure,
You
right?
know, like
yeah.
sure, this has been in the work for 40 years. for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden they broke ground and it happened.
Yeah,
But this was
it's still been
supposed
slow going though. I mean,
to- well, not
I
as
mean,
slow as
no, but I mean, still though, I mean, it's Oak Tree has 2 more buildings going up as well.
That's low. That's low income.
Yeah, it's
This is
affordable.
affordable. Yeah, where the one on top of Pleasant View is kind of like
Yeah, they're regular housing. Yeah,
kind of expensive.
yeah.
right. Are they homes? Are people buying them or people renting? I think people
I
are
think all
renting
the
there.
no, I think some of them are purchased.
Yeah.
I think they're probably a mix. I don't know.
They're more expensive
Mhm.
type condos.
And McCluggage is going to be having some additions too, right?
Yeah, that's
And I heard they're going up like stories, like they're building up.
Hmm.
From what I understand,
Where
McCluggage on Taylor Hill.
McCluggage?
Mm-hmm.
that's down by the senior center
Yep.
down that way.
Yeah.
Off to the right.
Mhm. So in the immediate area, there will be some more housing options, but
That's kind of like elderly.
yeah, well, that McCluggage is, yeah.
Yeah.
Court said Pleasant View got their permits years ago. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people were against it.
It must have been COVID. They knew COVID was coming back in the 80s, and they're trying to hold off.
Well, I would drive by it every day because I was going to school,
Mhm.
and
I didn't realize it had been there since then.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
and they did knock those apartments down, and
Yeah, they
then
did.
and then it stopped.
That was it.
That was it. It was over.
They were abandoned for a long time. They were beat up property. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was living in them. It was a mess.
Oh, and it was overgrown,
Yeah.
and it was.
I moved here in 2011 from Norwich, and I remember that sign being there
Yeah.
the whole time. And and then when I saw that they were going to start working, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, I had no idea it was that
Exactly.
long. It's crazy.
Well, we've covered a bevy of subjects today:
As usual.
immigration, landlords,
Summer
rent,
jobs,
summer jobs. What are you doing this weekend, Paul?
Mother's Day.
Probably
Gotta go work at the wall?
No, it's actually Mother's Day, but
Mhm.
my mother's passed away. Ginny's not a mother, so
Oh.
probably working the yard. No, probably not too much in the yard. It's going to be in the 80s. Probably not.
Your daughter's a mother, correct?
Mhm.
What about you? What are you doing for Mother's Day?
I have no idea. Rich is working 7A to 7P, so he won't be home. I don't know if Nick has to work or not. Ryan will be with his mom. So I don't know.
He
Might just be a girl's day.
He told me that don't deny it, Rich.
Uh-oh.
That he was going to get some leather chaps, put them on, walk into the bedroom and go, hey, and go, look at you, wink and go, giddy up.
With the cowboy hat on.
Partner. Get along, little doggies.
That'd be quite a sight.
I don't need to see that.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
it's for you.
He
but I
could
mean,
walk into the massage parlor like that and say, giddy up.
Don't laugh.
Hi, I'm Woody from Toy Story.
That is a fetish.
Oh, I'm sure for some people.
I don't want to go into fetishes.
no,
on
I'm
this
just
show,
saying
dude.
horse stuff is
Oh
a
yeah,
fetish.
that's
We
the
started with
furry.
hairy
that's
toes
the,
earlier,
The
you know.
furry stuff when they're
I
all
mean, some people do
animals.
crazy
And, yeah,
stuff.
I know.
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know, but I think I'm going to subscribe to the new OnlyFans page by Paul Lash.
God.
Ride a cowboy and shoot a horse?
Yeah, right.
Save a cowboy, ride a horse, save a cowboy. So, ride a cowboy, save a horse. I don't know what it is.
Kaylin goes for her permit test tomorrow, so
Giddy up.
watch out.
Oh,
if she
crap.
passes, we got another one on the roads.
That'll be three, huh?
That'll be
the
that'll be
trifecta.
three. That'll be three. We have another one going. Well, we have one with his license, one going for his license on June 1st, and then Kaylin for her permit tomorrow.
It doesn't stop.
Help! Send help!
Well, happy Mother's Day, Kat.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Right.
Giddy up.
I'm gonna have that image stuck in my head now.
Okay. Oh, you know what? If that happens, tell them to call. We'll go there and do play-by-play. We'll live stream that. You know what I'm saying? Rich is going in for the kill. And Kathy says, no, wait. Rich goes, it's too hot in here. I need a snack.
Turn on the AC.
Turn on the AC. No, it's too cold. I need the blanket. Huh. Kathy falls asleep.
Yes.
End of story.
That's
Well, Paul,
there. You
what do you
go.
think?
You got it.
Well, I don't know, Mike.
You nailed
nothing
it.
happened here. All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you very much for coming in, Kathy,
Yep. Anytime.
on a Friday. So we, I don't know. Are you gonna? We're gonna be looking for somebody else coming on Fridays too, unless you want to keep popping. And I don't know what you're.
Fridays are usually pretty good for me, depending
Right.
on of course my work meetings, and that's why I was texting earlier because my boss was texting me, so
Got it.
I kind of had to address that.
Does Rich have any time next week?
I don't.
Giddy up.
Let me check. Hold on. Tuesday.
He came back one day.
Hold on.
One flipping
I
day.
know. Tuesday he's working 7A to 3P,
Jesus.
and then he maybe could do Wednesday. Thursday he has Pandemic Tabletop. Is that with you? And that's at 9:30.
Sounds like a bad PBS show.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pandemic Tabletop.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's at
Rich Lossler.
9:30.
Giddy up.
Unless he comes in like earlier and then leaves at like 9:20 to go to that. I don't know. And then Friday he's teaching CPR at 9.
Is that for the town?
No, that one's at a nursing home up in Killingly.
No.
So yeah, and his
Busy man.
schedule's insane.
Yeah.
He's
I know he's going to teach some stuff for the town employees.
he
so-
mentioned that. Yeah, he's going to be doing that training too.
All right, we have baseball tomorrow on SNSN. We have Grizzled against Killingly, so we'll have that tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So that's tomorrow. Just also, I do want to cover that there were 2 lacrosse games yesterday, and one of the things that I had said and I've been very transparent about is that we have equipment available if you want to go ahead and stream an event.
You want to borrow the equipment?
Not me. Who's to say we don't have our own already?
Oh, now we're talking about the OnlyFans page. And offers were made, and we've also put it out there. We wanted to do the boys lacrosse game yesterday. Unfortunately, couldn't get anybody to do it. Here's the equipment, do it. The girls game, we were going to do that as well. We would try to do them both, but same situation. So we're trying to do it, and it's not, and it's going to be non-compensated. We're just doing it because actually we're trying to help out as much as we can the school, and to get whatever we can out there. But with that being said, and nobody wants to hear this, but we can't do it without your help. If you want to do it, fine. We'll set you up and everything, but I don't want to hear, ever again. Oh, well, it's not being streamed. What the hell? Well, it can be streamed. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I wonder with teams, sometimes there are team like team moms or team dads or whatever, like the parents that kind of help or volunteer.
Right.
I wonder, I remember like in baseball we'd have assignments for a concession stand, and you'd have to go and do 2 innings of a concession stand or whatever. I wonder if there's a way, if they really wanted it streamed, if there was a way to kind of assign parents or have a schedule of parents that could stream
right.
or something.
One thing I can't do for the most part is I can't say, okay, the game's tomorrow. We might be able to.
Right.
I can't promise anything.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If there could be like a schedule for, the parents of a team, if they're really into it and they want
lacrosse
to
and
stream
soccer, right? Honestly, you could take the camera.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to get a commentator. You might. But all you got to do is right and left, right and left.
Right. That's what I mean.
It's not hard.
No, it's like, like
that
I said,
part.
the concession stand,
it's actually harder than you think, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
And it's good enough to say,
stream
okay,
it
to
so
stream
people
it.
can watch it.
Exactly.
That's really what the goal is. So,
Right.
I think if they want it bad enough, they'll find someone to do it. They'll find someone to
There you go.
contact.
And they haven't.
Yeah. So
and-
they must
and
not want it
that's-
that bad,
Right.
that badly.
So I don't know how many more times I can put it out there. Say, look, we'll do this. We'll do it. Or we'll help you do it. Whatever. But you gotta let us know.
They got to take some initiative.
Exactly, because what I have found is that everybody wants it. Nobody wants to do it.
Of course.
So that's all. But
Yeah.
so I'm not trying to be nasty about it. I'm just being
No,
straight up.
it's realistic.
It's realistic, right? Or else I'm going to charge you rent. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you very much for coming on in.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Life's been tough, and it's even tougher than ever to find a good therapist. But these days, all you hear is, sorry, we aren't accepting new patients. Next time, reach out to Life's Journey Counseling Services. They're located on Main Street, right in the middle